Okay, here's part two. I didn't know that you couldn't invite anybody on a live unless you were on your phone. So let me tag Kat on here so she can join me. There she is. All right. Cool. Now, let's see here. All right. Now, how do I get rid of that? Holy Moses, I am just blowing this. Okay, there we go. Okay, now let's see if Kat's with me. Hopefully you guys are finding me. Hi, Patty. How you doing? There's Kat. Okay, let's see. Bring them on camera. Here we go, Kat. Okay. Are you there, Kat? Kat? Oh, there she is. I can see you. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much. I am so glad that we get to do this today. Little unbeknownst to me, I didn't know that I couldn't do it, that I couldn't add anybody on my desktop. I thought that you could do it on your desktop or your phone. But hey, you learn something new every single day in what we do.
Right. I learned that with you just right now too. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, good to know. Now I know that, if we do want to add something, we got to do it. We got to be on our phones. And I don't like being on my phone on lives. I like being on my computer. But anyway, so
Right.
hey everybody, this is my friend Kat. And
Hi everyone.
we were talking today, and honestly, I want everybody to, I don't know if anybody even, knows my story either, but my story is that, I've been full-time networking for the last 8 years. I've been in the industry for over 15. I love this industry. I'm a huge proponent of it. I get very defensive when people actually talk down about network marketing, about this industry, because for me, it's done nothing but bless my family. I've been able to stay home with my kids. I've been able to make an incredible income. And that's one of the things that Kat and I were talking about today. I owned my own business for 10 years, and that business literally owned me. I mean, I was the first one to turn the lights on in the morning, the last one to turn them off at the end of the day. I couldn't vacation. I missed the first 2 years of my son's life, and probably a good 8 years of my daughter's life while she was in school. And I bought that business when my daughter was 4, and I sold it when my son was 2, and they're 7 years apart. So it's like I missed so much of their childhood that I'll never get back. And so when my son turned 2, I decided to sell my business because I was just done. I couldn't imagine, I had a nanny who we absolutely adored, Nana Joyce. She took care of my kids, for several years. Plus my mom helped out a lot. And I don't want to have to do that. Like you, I wanted to be home with my kids. And so that's my story. I love the fact that we get to share this industry with so many people that actually want to stay home with their kids. Now, granted, there's people out there that don't want to stay home with their kids. They'd rather go to work and maybe provide, from there or whatever. But Kat, tell everybody your story, because I mean, you're a stay-at-home mom too. You're doing this business with us now in Valentis. I'm so glad that we are partnered together. And so tell everybody your story.
Well, for those of you that don't know, my name is Kat Alberin, and I'm from San Lorenzo, California. I have been part of network marketing for 5 years, but prior to that, I was in the dental industry for 20 years. I have a total of 5 kids. I have 3 older kids, and then I just had 2 kids recently in the last 2 years, and they're 13 months apart. So
how old are all your kids?
So my kids are 24, 18, 14, 2, and 1. So the first 3, I missed out on everything. I was 18 when I had my oldest. I had to, find a way to take care of her as a teenage mom. So, my initial dream was to be a dentist, but because circumstances changed, I got my foot right in the door with dental assisting. But with that, I worked hours that were like 10 to 7, or, I worked Tuesday through Saturday. It was one of those things where I didn't even get to see her grow up. My parents raised her, and my sister and my brothers helped out while I was working and going to school at the same time. So doing that every day, for 20 years, it was really something that made me miserable, you know, and I talked about this before. It's like I would wake up, I would be miserable. I'd go to work and look at the clock just to make sure it's time to go, you know, and it was always the same thing day after day. And, you know, the one thing that bothered me the most was always asking for permission to go to a function, to take my kid to the doctor, to, you know, go to a field trip. And then the answer would be no. You know, someone had me on their time where they controlled my life, and then I got sick of it. So I wanted to find something where I could be present and be with my kids. And then 5 years ago, my friend introduced me to network marketing. Never heard of it, didn't know it existed, but she had me look into another company that's well known. And, you know, at the time I was like, sure, you know, I was just trying to find any avenue to get out. And so I looked into it, a good company, you know, and I was with them for a while. And, you know, it works for all of them, but it didn't work for me. It didn't resonate with me, you know, so I kept looking and looking and looking. And then last year, you know, I was going through so much things. Like after having 2 babies back to back, it was hard for me. You know, I gained so much weight and I couldn't lose it. You know, I was now a stay-at-home mom when I was used to going to work every day, you know, so my life just changed completely. And it brought me to like into a depression. I already had postpartum depression. Then I went through depression. Then I got anxiety. And so I was just all over the place last year. Thankfully, my friend Sal Jumawan from Las Vegas reached out to me, you know, and he's like, hey, sis, you know, he's like, have you heard of this weight loss coffee? I looked at him like, no, you know, because I never heard of it. So I was just like, no, you know, and I was watching his story. He was going through, you know, the weight loss journey. He was doing keto and intermittent fasting. And I did see his progression. And that's when he introduced it to me. And I was just like, never heard of it, you know, but okay. And so he's like, is it okay if I send you some information? So he did. And then, you know, from there, took a look at it. And then I tried it, got results myself. And, you know, I was amazed by it. And so before even getting the product, I joined him, you know, just because of his sincerity and the way he brought it upon me. But what really got me to be part of it was the culture. He introduced me to great people, Siv, his brother Samsi, you know, people like Helene and Rial, just everybody on the team, in like their hearts is what captivated me, because I was in a very dark place, didn't know these people. Sorry, I get this way every single time. I didn't know these people, but day in and day out, they reached out to me, made sure I was okay, told me, you know what, things are going to get better. You just have to look at things in a different way. You know, Sid would talk to me on a daily. His brother Samsi would be up at night and chat with me and, you know, always saying, bless up, Kat, bless up, things are going to get better. You know, and Sal was just always there. So these people and the way that they took me in without knowing me is what captured me. And so by being part of their team and being part of them, that's how I'm able to do what I do. And it helps me pay it forward to other people. So that's why I'm able to excel in this business, is because I have them as my backbone and, you know, just being part of their culture.
Right. It's true. I mean, we're a company of
right.
that has actually turned into a family.
Right.
We all support each other. And I mean, I support a lot of people, even outside of my company, that are in this industry or my friends or whatever. But, you know, to be able to really work with each other, and so many people don't know that this option is available to them. Right. And, you know, like I said earlier, that's what gets me so upset when people talk badly about this industry, because it really doesn't deserve it. There's, you know, there's good and bad in every industry. There's
right.
bad things about the financial industry, in Wall Street. And I mean, look at how, you know, in pharmaceuticals, in the medical field. I mean, there's good and bad things about every industry, but this industry for some reason gets such a terrible reputation, when all I have ever encountered is beautiful, lovely people like you.
Right.
And
right.
that's why I say this industry has completely blessed me and blessed my family. And I'll put up my dukes to anybody
right.
that honestly talks badly about this industry, because I'm sick of it. I seriously,
right.
I am sick of defending something so good. And maybe, you know, the people that do have bad tastes in their mouth weren't aligned with a great company like we are. I mean, we have an amazing CEO. All of the people that are in our business, you know, are heart-based and are truly here to impact people's lives.
Right.
And, you know, the fact that you and I get to stay home and be at home with our kids. I mean, my kid, like, he's 17 now and a junior in high school, but he still flips out when I'm not home. He's like, where are you? You know, because he's so used to having me at home when he comes home from school that he's spoiled, right? I mean, and I love that. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Exactly.
You know, that when he comes home, he'll say the first thing, you know, Mom, can you make me a snack? I don't want him to have to come home and, you know, be home by himself and make his own snack. And I love the fact that we get to work, you know, from home. You know, you get to be there for your kids every single day. It was so fun being on the phone with you and with Siv a little while ago, and your kids were like uproaring in the background, and you know, everybody apologizes about that. And I go, don't apologize. That's what this is. That's what we're supposed to be doing. This is a family business. I just absolutely love it.
Exactly. And that's why I feel so blessed is, like I said, you know, I didn't expect having these kids later on in life, that there's this huge age gap that, you know, I want to be there for everything that happens, you know, not like with my other three. I get to grow up with them. We can enjoy things together. I spent most of my life with them. Whereas these, there's like that big gap where I need to be here, you know, and I can't imagine them putting them in a daycare just to work for somebody else and help build someone else's dream.
Right.
So this company has allowed me that opportunity to be here, be present, yet still meet great people like yourself and Siv and the rest of the team, you know, and help others, you know. So it is possible for everybody to stay at home if they choose to stay at home.
I agree. And to me, it's like I still have guilt that my daughter was in daycare for as long as she was.
Right.
And then she was in preschool from the time she was like 4 years old. I have major guilt about that. Even though she had a great experience, it wasn't bad for her. But in hindsight, I really wish I would have made other choices. And I wish that I would have known about this industry back then, because I didn't know about this industry until, you know, until about 15 years ago. And so, you know, it's just, it really is a viable choice for people. And I think that even people just hearing my story and your story, you know, take this industry a little bit more seriously, like it deserves.
Right.
So I want to see if we can find Siv, because I want to hear his story too.
Right. His story is powerful too.
Siv,
I believe he's on here.
Let's see if we can scroll through and somehow, how do we invite him? Let's see. There he is.
I think I would have to get off and then you can invite him.
All right, Siv, I'm bringing you on. Hopefully we can't bring Siv on. So I'm going to end. Hang up first.
So end mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
End mine. I think you have to end it.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Do we have to end it, or can you leave? I mean, how do we have to do that?
Is
there a way that you can leave? I think there is, but I'm not sure how to do it either.
Where are the techies at, Siv?
No kidding, right? Oh, wait, maybe I can. You know what? I think I can do it. Okay. All right, sweetie. Oh, there she goes. Thank you, Kat. Thanks so much for joining me. Siv, I'm going to bring you on really quick because I want everybody to hear your story too. I'm absolutely just loving working with these people all day long, every day. It's just been there he is. Yay! I am starting to figure this thing out. All right, Siv, are you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Trying to see if I can see you. Can you see? You can see me, right? Okay, hold on.
I can totally see you. Can you not see me? Am I supposed to have my camera
it's all
turned
pitch black.
Horizontal, or am I supposed to have it turned vertical? Hopefully, I'm not messing this up.
Vertical. Okay, I see you. I see you on my computer, so it's all good. I think it's just my phone lagging. So
that's okay. Hey,
wow,
how are you?
Awesome.
Well, I just wanted to bring you on with me too, because you and I and Kat were kind of having just a general discussion this morning about how fortunate we are to be able to work in this industry, work with this company, work together, and be stay-at-home parents. I mean, you don't have to be a mom to be a stay-at-home parent. I mean, Siv, please tell your story. How many children do you have? You have an amazing story. So share your story with everybody real quick.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Every time I hear Kat's story, it's so
Oh
powerful.
my,
She
tear,
is, super.
tearing up.
She's so, she's so, she's so humble in her appearance and in the way that she just gestures and, her demeanor. Like, not too many people will realize that she's been in the business for 3 months and she's on the leaderboard, top 200 and top 10, 3 months in a row. And so, and for somebody to be so busy with all the excuse in the world with her kids, and it's crazy with little kids,
Right.
right? So, my name is Sivilay, or Siv. My close friends call me Siv, from Merced, California. Practically grew up here in California, and man, just to make it a little brief, I know the bad taste in your mouth feeling with network marketing, and I made a vow to myself to never come back in the industry. And I took a 3-year hiatus from the industry because it was just there's the goods and there's the bad, and I got a really good taste of the bad, right? And that was just certain things didn't go the way it should, and I just took some time off, and I focused on mostly just personal uh, performance just through online marketing. But then in early 2017, a good friend of mine on Facebook saw me. Oh, there, saw me with a cup of coffee on Facebook, right? I did a quick selfie, and he hits me up through messengers like, "Hey, Siv, have you heard of this weight loss coffee?" And we started talking. I was like, you know what? If it's network marketing, bro, please don't tell me about it. My experience. And he's like, bro, if it wasn't because I knew you can crush it here and change many lives, I know you're more passion before profit. If it wasn't because of that, I wouldn't even reach out to you, right? That's what he stopped me in my tracks. So I'm glad. I'm very, very blessed that I didn't say no to things that I didn't know, because information changed my situation. Not overnight, because everybody's timing is a little bit different, right? So I joined, okay, I joined February of 2017, but I didn't make a decision to build until November 2018. And the reason being is I had other things like family and other businesses that I was taking care of as a marketing consultant. And this is something that I was building. I was building on the side, really not truly 100% focused, but when I was building, focused on building my team, building my leaders. And so it also happened in November. I said, you know what? There's a lot of great leaders on the team. We have enough momentum. We have enough dedicated, committed people. I have to really focus on this, because if I am not focused on this, I'm not doing people that had faith in me to join the team any justice, right? So I made a decision to join. But as you were your very first question was, Siv, how many children do you have? Well, you guys make sure you're sitting down. Uh, Hey, a lot of people call me the Agent Brady Bunch, because I have 7 girls and 1 boy. My boy is the youngest one. He's 9 years young, and the oldest of the girls is 20 years old. So I'm not just busy
Oh,
with the
you're,
family,
you're
but
breaking
you
up
can
a
only
little bit.
imagine.
I don't know if it's your internet or mine.
Am-
We're
okay. Am I? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
shoot. Are
Can you
you
see me
guys
now?
hearing? Are you able to hear Civ okay, or is it my internet, or is it his? Do you know?
I
Can you
see. I
guys hear me
see
okay?
myself in the computer.
Yeah, it's kind of breaking up a little bit. So I don't know if it's my
Yep, I can see
connection or
you.
if it's yours. Okay. I just want
Okay.
everybody to make sure
I
that they're
think I
hearing your
think it might
story.
be
So I'm hoping it's not mine.
okay.
Go ahead. Try
Okay.
again.
All right. No worries. Hey, all right. So changing lives, Facebook lives, changing lives. So what was I at? So we don't have to be perfect to make this work, guys. It's more passion than profit. And as I was mentioning, super busy dad. I feel blessed. I'm very happy that I gave it another chance, because I got to meet people like Kat. I got to meet people like Peggy. I got to meet so many great people in the industry. And that's why I always tell people, it's not the things that you do in your business that changes your life. It's the things that you do in your life that changes your business. So create a lifestyle by design. Create a lifestyle that you don't have to run away from. And that's what Peggy started out the conversation on the live about, was being able to be there for her kids, being able to buy time back, because I've figured out how to make money, but I haven't figured out how to buy time back yet. and the industry it's kind of giving me a little brink of that, a little taste of that, right? So now, little by little, we were able to just succeed in that, and I'm seeing more people, like, for example, soon to be ex Uber dad Sal, and we could probably bring him on in a little bit. But yeah, that's really my story, guys. Been in the industry for several years, did online, did belly to belly. Never thought I was going to come back in. Took 3 years off, but after having that conversation with a couple of leaders and hearing Dave Jordan's story, and also speaking to him personally, and that famous line, right? Siv, just give me one chance. I won't
Yep.
need two. So thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Dave and Joyce, and thank you, Peggy, for your collaborative efforts and connecting with leaders and always opening your heart to other people. And I think that's the epitome of what success looks like in the industry. I think true network marketer is born within ourselves, within our hearts, and within their passion. You've got to find something that correlates and resonates within you, because if not, you're not going to do it long enough. And I'm glad that I found something bigger than myself, and I'm just really blessed to be and humbled to be a part of this team and see a lot of great people changing many people's lives, one cup at a time. So back to you, Peggy.
Thank you so much, sweetie. I am so glad that you and I found each other and have locked arms. And it honestly, it doesn't get better than this. And you're absolutely right. We just have to keep being diligent about sharing our story and sharing this opportunity and sharing the products and impacting lives as much as we possibly can. So if anybody out there is resonating with what we are talking about, reach out to one of us. Don't be afraid, don't be afraid to cross that threshold, with us over here, because I'm telling you, it doesn't get better than this. It really, truly doesn't. I mean, you would get to stay home on a snowy day like this today, too, just kind of hanging out with my friends on Facebook Live and just chilling with everybody. I love it. This is us working right now. I mean, hello? It doesn't get better than that. So thanks so much for joining me, sweetie. I appreciate it. And it's going to be a good year.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Are we going to bring in Sal?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sal from Las Vegas?
Let's do it. Let's get this ball rolling.
I'm gonna hop off.
Let me go find him.
And know Sal at a very personal level. A really good friend of mine. I've known her for 7 years through another network marketing company. And I recently reached out to him in November of last year and said, hey, bro, do you drink coffee and are you looking to get healthy? And he said yes. The rest is history. I want him to share his story. Make sure you guys have a lot of tissues and paper, whatever it is. Sit down, listen to this man, because every time I'm tired, I think what I can do to help him. And that's what keeps me up at night. All right, guys.
Awesome. All right. Thanks.
I'm going to hop off
talk to you in a little
so
while.
You can invite.
Okay. All right. I'm going to invite Sal now. Hopefully. All right. Let's see. All right, Sal, hopefully you're still on the live with us, and hopefully he'll be able to join. He's got an amazing story too, you guys, that, oh, there he is. Yay!
Hey. Hey, Peggy, can you see me okay? Not too bright outside. I'm doing great. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, you're welcome. This is so fun. I mean, first Kat, then Siv, now you. I mean, this is so fun. I think I'm going to do this every day and just kind of like start connecting with people, out there that are doing what we do, just because this is us working and us having fun together. So that's how we build and bond, right?
Yeah, you just sign yourself up for the starter pack. 3 items in one.
Awesome. Well, Sal, you have an awesome story too. You also get to stay home, at least a little bit of the time now, since you've started working with Valentis. Otherwise, you were driving Uber full time. And tell everybody your story. It's a good one.
Sure. Thanks for inviting me. My name is Sal. For those of you who haven't met yet, my name is Sal from Las Vegas, Nevada. My friends call me the Uber Dad. I've been doing Uber for the last 4 years, and all those 4 years, I gained, that I didn't gain a lot of money, but I gained a lot of weight. So I end up weighing 244 because as a driver, you know, we drive a lot. Our compliment for ourselves is to go eat. So while we're driving, you know, what am I going to eat today, right? So that's our compliment for ourselves. So I barely have enough time to really, you know, do something when I get home. So I'm always like catching up for sleep. So I would eat and then go to sleep. So I gained so much weight. But you know what happened was I started getting gout on my foot, and then when I don't work, um, you know, I end up staying at home, and then you know, being self-employed as an Uber driver, then no work, no pay, and then my wife will fight me. So you already know what you're not supposed to eat. You eat it anyway. It sneaks on me sometimes. But anyway, so I came to a realization I had to lose some weight. I tried different things, and then, you know, I would be good in my first week or two, and the next thing you know, I get tired of doing it. You know, especially like if I have to prepare and bring it to, to me at work, right? So I always come back to like eating what I like to eat because you know that's the only way for me. Like you know, I mean, I work so hard and stuff. You know, I want to compliment myself, but you know what? Complimenting myself that way, it wasn't too good, not too healthy. And then I didn't, you know, I was lazy. I felt sluggish, felt lazy. I don't feel like doing more things for myself, right, and for my family. So I came across with the keto lifestyle. That really helped me a lot of lose a lot of weight. From 244, I dropped to 220. Now the problem with the keto lifestyle is you're always fighting because you know what? Even if you lose the weight, you never lose the craving for carbs. Especially us, like we grew up in, like for me, I was born in the Philippines. I grew up eating rice for breakfast with eggs and hot dogs. So eat rice at night, rice in the afternoon, rice for lunch, everything rice. So and then when we go to the party on the weekends, we got desserts made out of rice. Everything's rice, everything's carbs, everything's sweets. So by the age of 50, a lot of us will have our, you know, daddy belly, right? So anyway, make story short, I was able to lose my weight, but I wasn't able to, like the battle with the cravings and stuff kind of got me stuck on 220. So when Siv saw me, drinking coffee, he said, "Sal, do you drink coffee?" I said, "Yes." In the beginning, I wasn't so interested about it because I was trying other stuff. But when I finished, working on my shakes, and then, I decided, I'm gonna give your coffee a try, right? So, hi.
Oh, this
So,
is
how are you?
why I get to stay home.
Oh, nice. So, so what happened was, when I received that coffee that day, it was Wednesday. I still remember. I was planning to drive all night because I had to do some errands during the day. So 3 o'clock, the coffee arrived. 4 o'clock, I took the coffee. Man, I felt great all night.
It's
I mean,
isn't it?
dude, I was been looking for this kind of product because the last time I felt this kind of product and I was in great shape was during the days where we had the ephedra and caffeine put together, but that was taken out of the market. All those years I've been looking for something that can help me, and this coffee did, right? And then I called up Sib, what's in this coffee? After 5 days, after 6 days, I already lost about 5 pounds. And then I started bragging about it because that's natural thing for people, right? Brag their weight loss,
Right.
So because it's visual, people likes to post stuff, right, on Facebook. And then I started getting response. So what happened was, I made a decision to, hey, Siv, is there money in it, right? But what happened was,
I know you do it to me every time you tell your story.
I try not to. So I try to talk fast so I can get over it, but I just get stuck.
No. It's all good. It's because it's you. This is the truth. It's emotional. It's, and I think everybody appreciates that when you're real. This is real.
So I told Sib, I want to do this business. How much does it cost? To do the business costs around $500. And it was the beginning of the month. I just paid for the rent and I'm barely making it by, barely have enough money, to pay for my car, right? So I was about to pay for my car, and then I was looking into my credit card. Okay, I only have $200 left in there. So I was short for $300 more. So I said, okay, I'm gonna find a way. So you hang in there, I'm gonna find a way. And then he did. Well, see, one thing about what, when I was working with Siv, he didn't force me. He didn't say, okay, you should do this, you should do that. He just gave me my option, and I know my option was clear. I need to get in with the business builder pack because I need products. If I'm going to start a business, I need products to run a business. Right. So if I have a grocery, then I need grocery on my on my shelf. Right. So if I'm going to do a coffee business, I need to have coffee. It just look awkward to have a coffee business and you don't have coffee with you. So anyway, it was clear to me that I needed to be convinced, but I just had to find a way where to find the money. So I decided I'm not gonna pay my car on time. I was willing to pay for that. I was willing to pay for that late payment because I told Siv, you helped me become a diamond. I was really simply looking at that free car allowance, and then everything else just follow. Because when I become a diamond, you get that car allowance. Then all I need to do is just pay an extra $100. Then I'm paying off my car. I can still continue doing Uber, but the plan started to change, right? So I said, okay, you show me that, you help me become diamond. And then when I started realizing I was making, half of what I was making doing Uber, right? During the holidays, this is the biggest challenge as an Uber driver. It gets pretty slow after all the busyness of the holidays and people relax, right? So make story short, with the things that's happening with the Christmas parties and all that, so I end up spending time with the family because I believe this is my principle. It's God first, family second, business third. So I'm not gonna let my business take time away from my family, and that's the reason why I'm doing my business. So during the holidays, I spend time with my family, even if I have to kind of, where am I gonna get the money for this? I knew God will provide. So, make story short, I was so glad, I was so blessed that I made that decision by November because come holidays, parties and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I was able to supplement the money I lost for not working because my coffee business was starting to take off. So I told Sev, hey, let's do this. Let's make a business plan. Let's make a strategy. And then, but, you teach me, I'll do what you want me to ask, what you asked me to do. And that's exactly what I did. And then, he taught me, Sal, we don't need everybody in this business. We just need a few people that are coachable, that are self-motivated, and team players. And then that's when I started focusing on that. And then here's the thing, if you're passionate with what we do, we attract people. The profit follows. And then I think that's what happened with Kat. Kat thinks I'm inspiring her, but she inspires me even more. When we have a conversation, she would call me, give me a heads up, Sal, you might not hear from me much tomorrow for the next couple of days because I'm going through some tough times and stuff. I said, I understand. You don't need to tell me, you don't need to explain that to me, but she would anyway. Then the next day you'll see her doing Facebook Live again. No wonder she's attracting so many people doing this business because the passion is there.
And her authenticity, that she's real. I mean, that's what I love about our whole family is that, it's just real people.
Exactly. And it's just, for me, if I can just, it always, when I watch this video, this movie, have you watched this movie, Pay It Forward?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome movie. It's just, ever since I watched that movie, it becomes part of my life. If I can only help 3 people, and, help them significantly in significant way, I made my, I've lived a purpose life. So hearing that from people, not just one, but there's 2, but there's 3, there's 4. A friend of mine last month, beginning of this month, right? So when we got paid, and she goes, Sal, I made $3,000 last month. I worked 2 jobs. I barely have enough time. I made $2,000. And this lady is shy. She's very shy. You can't get her in front of a Facebook Live unless we challenge her, maybe. But see, that's my point. You don't need to be all like people might probably think, oh, I need to do what Sal does. No, you don't need to do this. But if you want to challenge yourself, you should, because it's a marketing tool for you. Because when you do Facebook Live, you can reach so many people, not just the people that knows you. The people that knows you when you're watching you, the people that knows them will see that you're watching you. So you reach more people.
Right.
So it makes sense to me that if I have a good message, I want more people to hear it. It's not so much if they will agree with me, but I just need them to hear it, because I know if I talk about the same message over and over and over and over and over again, they might end up believing me or my message because of my actions. So with that, it's just a fun environment. There's Uriah, there's Rowena, there's Helene, there's everybody, and then there's Mark. I mean, just for like family now, So when we get up in the morning, so it's funny, like this is what we're complaining at. Our thumbs are hurting. Because we're working, our inbox are floating. I'm exploding, right? And then at night when we're tired, it goes, okay, okay, bro, I need to get some rest. I need to get my beauty sleep. I said, okay, cool. All right, let's recharge. And then next thing you know, the next morning, man, everyone's up, because everyone's commenting on people's posts and stuff like that, and it's just fun. It's like, man, it feels like high school all over again, but this time we're making money. So that's it. That's my story. I mean, like me reaching Emerald, me reaching Emerald last month. It was just like, it's the team working together because of the system, helping everybody. I mean, people that doesn't know how to, sell or, intimidated to do business are making sales. So I'm like, wow, this is something I really, 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 I'm really happy that I'm part of, because they don't need to do what I do. They just need to follow the system and they will also win.
Right.
So that's my story, Peggy. I mean, just to kind of add this off, my wife is my opposite, but she's my business partner now. But my wife is like, she's my strength, she's my energy, but she's also my nemesis in network marketing. Okay. So when finally I was like, I mean, people are already buying and asking, hey, Sal, I want to buy that coffee. I don't even need to convince them, right?
Right.
Because of Facebook, they're the one who's reaching into me, right? This is really the opposite of my experience in the past network marketing. And then now she's already seeing it. Even her friends are asking, oh, can you have your husband? I need to buy some coffee. She's already experiencing it, right? And then there were one time when we had like a little bit of argument, and then it ended up like saying, what you keep doing that network marketing thing. You're not. I mean, how many years have you been doing it? You're still not even rich. Like, okay. Well, here's the thing. I know I have something in here that if I see, I told her, you know what? You're right. You're right. I've been doing this for many years, right? And if I stop now, all those many years that I've been doing this will go to trash for nothing, right? What if you just let me? This might be it. Just let me for this. And I had to stand my ground. Because I told her this. This is not to shame her, and then she understand when I tell this story. I told her, I'm telling this story not to shame on you, but to impress upon people that they're going to come across. Sometimes it's the person that's supposed to be supporting them will be the one who'll be degrading them in terms of this business. But you stand your ground. You stand your ground. Because when you stand your ground, when you know you're doing something right, God will bless you. Will find you the answer. But you have to believe in yourself first. You have to recruit yourself first. Then everyone else will be easy. If you can't recruit yourself, if you can't see yourself signing up on you, how can you convince other people to do the same? So guys, my wife is doing my business with me now. And I'm so happy to experience that. I can see myself doing Uber in maybe a month or two. We're working hard. And when that happens, now I can bless more people that are in the rideshare business that's trying to get out. Being in the rideshare business is great. It's flexible. You can make pretty good money, but it's not leveraged. But the hard part in the rideshare business, Peg, I want to share this to you. So if other people that are in the rideshare business are watching this, the income is not very stable. It was December 31st of last year. Someone decided to just back up in my car, and then I got I got hit and run. This guy backed up, hit me, and took off. So what happened? I'm glad that I was okay. Nothing happened physically, but something happened in my car. Now, the moment I bring my car to the shop because it's a hit and run, we don't know who the guy is to claim for insurance. I will have to pay $1,000 on my deductible, and when my car is in the shop, I won't have any money. And I am glad I started my coffee business. Back to you, Peggy.
Oh God, how can I even go on after that? That's like, Sal, thank you so much. You see, I can't, look at me, I'm a mess. The messages that we're getting from everybody is just amazing. You're so inspiring. I mean, every time I talk to you guys, I cry, because it really does solidify what I'm doing with my life. And frankly, I don't care what other people think. If they don't think I'm bringing value, so what? I know I'm doing the right thing. I get to lay my head on the pillow every single night and know that I am actually impacting people's lives. So we're going to go out there and we're going to 1-2 punch everybody, right? Okay.
Yes.
Oh God, I can't believe you made me cry. Thank you, Sal. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I mean, honestly, your story is inspirational. It's real. It's everybody that's out there that struggles, that, you know, that wants to make a difference, that wants to do this business. And thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate you. All right, everybody.
And
now I got to go.
Thank you for your leadership, Peggy.
Oh,
thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, thank you for locking arms with me. I'm just having a blast. You guys make my day every day. So thank you. And thank you to Siv, and thank you to Kat, and everybody else that's out there that's been watching. Thanks. Hey, Andrea. Hi, Mark. Hi. Oh God, you guys are just amazing. I know this was kind of a bit of a long live, but hey, I think it was absolutely worth it. And the recruit yourself, that's going to stick with me forever. Everybody go, you got to recruit yourself first before you can go out and bless other people. It's like putting that oxygen mask on for yourself first, and then you can go help others. So have a blessed day, everybody. Thanks for joining me. We're going to do this way more often, because I think this is powerful and impactful, yeah, and an amazing message for everybody. So thank you, Sal, for opening up your heart to everybody. Have a good day. Have a good day, everybody. See you later. Love you all.